Good afternoon. I'm SP CID Sikkim Police. So I have a small message for all the citizens of of our country. Cybercrime, it is increasing day in day out. The cybercrime reporting portal, we have had more than 5 lakh cases registered since, I think, for the in the past couple of years. So it is a huge chunk of cases, and it is very easy for people to fall victim into such kind of crimes as victims of such crimes. So very important to be aware of what is happening around. Now, first and foremost, I would divide cyber crimes into various categories. The simplest ones being your existing services. For instance, you have a ATM card, you have a SIM card, a phone SIM card, right? And you have other cards with you which you have it on your person. Now, if someone were to send you an SMS or call you and tell you that your ATM card is expiring, your SIM card is expiring, or some of your cards are expiring, and for you to continue the services, you have to update your KYC. If that is the call for action to you, then you have to tell yourself that none of the banks will ever call you, or none of the service providers like Airtel will call you and ask you, to update your KYC on the phone. So you have to be very careful. Whenever you receive a message or get a call, you have to understand this is a fraudster who's trying to take away your hard-earned money. So number one is that. Number two is things which you do yourself. For instance, you purchase something online like any e-commerce website, and the item is yet to come to your place. So what do? You go to Google, and then you search, for instance, delivery contact details of Gangtok, and then you get a mobile number, and then you call up the person. The person says that because of XYZ reasons, it is yet to come, and then he tells you to download certain applications. He tells you, okay, there's a certain code you have to enter in PhonePe, and then it will come fast. You have to ensure that whenever you go to Google and search for helpline numbers for any of the service providers, it is always that 11-digit toll-free number. You should never call to a mobile number that is listed out there in Google as an helpline number. So number two is that, right? And number three is the social media kind of crimes. Social media. For instance, sextortion is on the rise, which basically is you get a friend request from a very good looking female, and then you accept, and subsequently she tells you, let's have a video call, and then you have intimate moments on the phone, and subsequently you get a call next day saying ki, I have this video, I'll circulate with your friends and families if you don't pay up the money. So such kind of things also you should ensure that if someone looks too good to be true, I think you should not accept the friend request, because a lot of people have fallen prey to such kind of crimes. And also on Facebook, you have friends whom you know offline who send you friend requests, and then suddenly you accept, and then he starts speaking with you and tells you, I'm in a bit of problem, can you give me some money, I'm in a hospital, I'm in some emergency, and then he passes you a Google Pay number. Always ensure before paying the money, you call the person whom you're paying the money, because this is identity theft of someone creating a fake profile and then asking money from known people. So these are, if you summarize, at the end of the day, there are things which you voluntarily do because of which you fall victim, like searching something on Google or Facebook, accepting friend requests, and something which you are made to do. For instance, asking, telling you that your KYC has to be updated, or else your SIM card won't work, your ATM won't work. So all these are areas which you have to be careful about. And then the last one, which is an emerging one, is cryptocurrency. I think cryptocurrency is still a very nascent thing amongst general public, but still for the people who are involved in investing in cryptocurrency, in India it's not illegal, but it is not completely legal as well. It is not regulated properly. So people tend to fall victim into whenever they are trading cryptocurrency. So this is one area where people who are starting off trying to understand what cryptocurrency is, and that they have downloaded the first let's say exchange application like a WazirX. So you should be careful when you are doing transactions on cryptocurrency, because your information you receive from YouTube, you receive from Telegram groups, so one has to be very careful when you invest money in such kind of cryptocurrency. It's a new technology, and you should be very careful about that. So in summary, you have to be very careful to ensure that your hard-earned money is not taken away by the cyber fraud sitting in some random locations in Jharkhand or Rajasthan or UP or Haryana.
So
Thank you.
Also speak about the helpline number that's coming.
Yeah. Okay. So there's a helpline, cyber helpline number 155260, which is yet to be launched in Sikkim. But once launched, it will be connected to something called as cyber financial fraud reporting and management system. The primary objective of this system is to ensure that once a victim has been defrauded of the money, immediately he has to call this number and give the details in this particular number. And if if the money is still in the destination account where the money has landed, the money will be blocked by the relevant intermediaries like banks or Paytm or e-wallets. So this is a mechanism of ensuring that people, the money of victims are safeguarded in some manner.